It's time to rank the movies in the Matrix franchise. The Matrix is dropping in theaters December 22nd and streaming on HBO Max. So what better time to follow the White Rabbit and give you a movie ranking, huh? All right, guys, let's rank the entire Matrix franchise, and I am going to include the AniMatrix 2 because I think that gets somehow left out of conversations a little too often, and I watched them all for the first time this past week, and I enjoyed them, so I'm here to talk about them. I'm ready to start on this ranking, guys, starting with number 5, Matrix Revolutions. Whew. That movie got far too away from Neo and Trinity as the main characters. It focused way too much on being visually pleasing and following the crew of the Nebuchadnezzar a little too much. It just was all over the place. It abandoned some ideals from the first one, just like the second one does. And it just really was a drag and hard to get through. I gotta put the Matrix Revolutions at the bottom of the Matrix franchise. Unfortunately, besides this movie, I would say the rest of them are at least enjoyable. This is the one that feels absolutely laborious to me. So the Matrix Revolutions comes in last place at number 5. Coming in at number 4, I've got the AniMatrix. I really did like some of these stories a lot, like the detective, and there's another story, the kid, that I really enjoyed, but some of them feel just almost unnecessary and useless. So there are some really good stories in the AniMatrix, and then some that just wasn't really feeling that much, if I'm being honest with you. So I gotta go with the AniMatrix at number 4. Give some really good context, but some stories are just boring. Next up at number 3, I'm going with our recent released, The Matrix Resurrections. Now, I really enjoyed some things about this, especially what they did with Neo and Trinity's story after Revolutions. They kind of patched up some of the problems I had with Revolutions. Unfortunately, it's got pacing issues. It's got some problems that I just couldn't look over. We will have that review up tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. So I just gotta give Matrix 4 a little bit of a downer on 3, guys. I gotta put it halfway down the list, unfortunately. Well, I guess not halfway. That would be a little more than halfway. 2.5? Let's not do math right now. I'll get confused. But let's move on to number 2, and I'm going with The Matrix Reloaded. Look, I think this is the one movie in the franchise that gets crapped on a little too much. You have a lot of the fandom that really doesn't like The Matrix Reloaded, and then you got some of us who actually really enjoyed it and thought it was a worthy follow-up to the first one. Look, there are so many action set pieces in this movie. It is action on action on action. Really allows Neo's character to just display those chosen one attributes. It is freaking fantastic. It's got cool pacing, really cool characters. There's some issues in some areas, and the story's not as strong as the first one. I think they explore a little too much outside the Matrix, but all in all, I thought it was fun. I had a good time. I recently rewatched this and thoroughly enjoyed it. So I'm putting The Matrix Reloaded at number 2, just like its number in the franchise. Now, coming in at number 1, I don't think this is a surprise to anybody. I'm going with The Matrix, the original, the one that started it all with this heady theme, the red pill, blue pill, the philosophies of staying where you are and staying put, or diving deeper and knowing more. Just set so much up for pop culture, for movies, for filmmaking. It was beyond its time in every single way. Fight choreography, visuals, story, maybe not acting, but so much of the meat and heart of the story and what matters in The Matrix was actually popularized by The Matrix. It really blew and took the filmmaking industry, cinema and movie industries by storm. And I loved every single minute of that movie from the first time I watched it up until my most recent rewatch. The Matrix is one of my favorite movies of all time. So I gotta say, amazing movie. But let us know down in the comments, how would you rank the Matrix franchise? Because I know some of my people got Reloaded at number 1. You know who I'm talking to. You know who you are, getting Matrix Reloaded at number 1. I'm not judging, but some people may have Resurrections a little lower. Who knows, guys? Let us know your ranking down in the comments. And if you're new to this channel, be sure to hit that big red subscribe button down below, and we will see you next time.